Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome to another video about William Hill. My name is Michelle Wills and today it's Saturday evening. I'll just go down to the bottom and I'll enlarge that so you can see. You can see there it is 6 minutes past 9 on Saturday the 18th of April 2026. Unfortunately, I can't show you this whole article on here because you have to subscribe. I'll just make it narrower. So this appeared on the online version of the Racing Post today. You can see here down here. This was published on the 18th of April 2026 in Britain, updated at 10:34 this morning. There we go. And it concerns William Hill, these charlatan bookmakers who, seem to be in, chaos. They are nothing but fraudsters. And the headline is, "This was going to change our lives. William Hill customers who had six-figure winnings voided could launch claims against bookmaker." So that's the top recent post. There we go. So if we scroll down, I can't read the whole article. I'll explain why in a minute. So more than 100 people could be involved in claims against the bookmaker's decision to void amounts running into the millions of pounds that it says were credited to customers due to a glitch in one of their casino games. Last month's post on social media showed customers of William Hill having won six-figure payouts after playing the bookmaker's jackpot drop game. Then unfortunately I have to stop there because then in order to carry on to read the full story I've got to subscribe to the Racing Post, which I'm not prepared to do. But I do, however, have this article on my smartphone. So, luckily and by coincidence, I managed to find the article I was looking for, and it's the coincidence is it's dated today's date, Saturday, April the 18th, 2026. This is what it says. Online gambler wins court case to claim £1.7 million prize after Betfred refused to pay. So let's have a look at this story, and hope I haven't got to sign up to anything to read this. So Andrew Green had waited 3 years for the money since the gambling firm withheld payment because of a defect in the game. When Andrew Green hit the £1.7 million jackpot in an online casino, he never imagined it would take 3 years of misery and the stress of legal action to claim it. Now finally the champagne will flow after a 54-year-old from Lincolnshire won his High Court case on Wednesday against gambling firm Betfred. So I don't know whether that means Wednesday just gone, based on the date of this article, I'm not sure. Who had refused to pay out his 2018 winnings, so obviously it's not because he waited 3 years, so this is 2021. Green will now receive his £1,722,923.54 winnings plus interest after a judge ruled that one of the terms and conditions set out by Betfred in the game was just not appropriate to cover the circumstances of the case at all. Betfred has apologised to Green for the delay in paying out and said it will not appeal against the judgment. So I'll just scroll up again, man. Green won the money on a game called Frankie Dettori's Magnificent Seven Blackjack in January 2018 on an online platform hosted by Betfred. For 5 days he believed he was a millionaire, but when he tried to withdraw his winnings he was declined. Betfred's lawyer argued that a bookmaker was not liable to pay because the game contained a defect that made it more likely to pay out higher sums in winnings than intended. So again, it just goes to show these high street bookies, these big name bookies. I think Betfred boasted at one stage, I don't know how many shops they got. I know it did say they had 1,400 shops because I know when the announcement of the tax hike by Rachel Reeves, the budget in November, they said that they threatened to close all 1,400 shops in England and in the UK. What happens under review at the moment? As I say, William Hill closing over 200 shops. But it just goes to show that these charlatans, these bookmakers, when somebody wins big, or in my case, just a very, very modest sum, just over $2,000 in my case. But these bookmakers, they'll go to any, a glitch. How can you prove that? Let's put the shoe on the other foot. If William Hill discovered a glitch on the game, obviously their computers, their supercomputers, will have all the gameplay, the actual name of every individual game has a unique number to that game. So they could trace that. And would they say, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Green, but we understand you staked, for example, £300 on one of our casino games, but unfortunately there was an error, a glitch on the machine, so therefore we are going to refund your £300 you paid on the game. Not a chance in hell, is there, eh? So in just a few days I've told you about my betting quarrels, how we, despite widely advertised today, widely advertised, when I placed the bet, before I placed the bet, 25% bonus to all correct Lucky 63 on greyhounds or horses only, mine was horses, they refused to pay the 25% bonus over £300. So I don't understand what the hell are the Gambling Commission doing about this. These big companies, when someone wins big, they are refusing to pay, citing glitches, citing errors in the games, and there's been two high court hearings, the Betfred one here and the other hearing, where William Hill have lost and Betfred have lost in the High Court. And again, these people who over 100 people who are, according to William Hill, were paid out in error because of fault on the machine, and those there has to be a precedent set. So therefore, by terms and conditions, it's not covered. You know, these glitches supposed glitches. You know, so as I say, we're going to lose, but the people who are taken to court are going to win. They have to win because you can't have one rule for one for another. In law, the president is set. So yeah, this is just another two examples here of Betfred and of William Hill failing to pay out customers who are told they have won significant amounts of money. Um, so yeah, it's another short video. As I say, I thank everyone for watching this, and please feel free to put any comments in the comment section down below. And thank you for watching this video.